Agama means taught by Sadashiva, heard by Devi, adopted as a lifestyle to maintain the cosmos by Vishnu. Gurukul means Guru's home, Guru's family. Whether incarnations like Rama or Krishna, all great incarnations have to go to Gurukul in Vedic tradition. Gurukul is an important factor.
Swami Vivekananda in Calcutta, an 1822 British survey estimated the Bengal presidency had 100,000 traditional gurukuls. It was noted that any village with a population of even 100 had its own school. And today, 2020, we find gurukuls almost nowhere, anywhere.
Hinduism can be kept alive. All the best things of Hinduism can be kept alive only through Gurukuls. 200 years before, Hinduism had 10 crore, 100 million source books. Now we have only 2 million, 20 crore left, 80 crore, 8 million is gone. The library burning from Nalanda to Sri Lanka and destroying Hindu scriptures is continuing. Nalanda library was burning for 6 months. Jaffna library was burned. 97,000 manuscripts, which was one of the biggest in Asia, was burned in 1981, June 1st. The largest Shaivite library was burned. I don't know how many days it was burning. The library burning makes Hinduism lose literary legitimacy. We lost literary legitimacy. There is not a single country where Hindu education system is legitimate. Because Hinduism lost political legitimacy, all the scriptures have started getting destroyed, eliminated. There is not a single place where the original scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma can be stored.
The other day I was reading a Macaulay's letter to British Parliament. It is addressed February 2nd, 1835. I have travelled across the length and breadth of India, and I have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief. Such wealth I have seen in this country, such high moral values, people of such caliber, that I do not think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is our spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace our old and ancient education system, our culture, for if the Indians think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their native culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation.
In today's world, our generation only sees the remnants of what is left of our Hindu culture. The loss of Vedic civilization inevitably created a void in everybody, which took a major toll on their stability and, most importantly, themselves. One of the most common problems faced by children today is obesity. They fall into the traps of diseases at a very young age. Over 10 times more children were obese in 2016 compared to 1975. In a way, this affects their confidence about themselves and encourages them to take rash decisions. When pressure from schools, universities, people, society get out of hand, children tend to make a permanent decision that leaves an everlasting scar. It just does not affect them in the individual level, but goes on affecting them in many other levels. Teenagers, mostly the high school students, take alcohol when they cannot cope up with the pressure from the society. Statistics claim that 58.5% of students consume alcohol, while the rest 47% consume illegal drugs. On the other hand, the less privileged have it worse. They are overworked, abused, and separated from families. With no voice of their own, they still suffer in silence. 1 in 6 children aged 5 to 17 years old are exploited in child labor worldwide. 9 million children are involved in unconditional worst child labor. And it just doesn't end there. Some children go through domestic violence, which causes physical and emotional harm. This triggers anxiety, depression, and mental distress. Statistics claim that 23% of young people who go through domestic violence reciprocates the same behavior. Technology has taken humanity to a far more advanced level. But understand, some parts of it can prison you in the dark side of technology. Consumed by the internet, children get addicted and fall prey to cyberbullying, which puts them in deep depression and loneliness. And in the times of hardships, teenagers long for an escape and turn to drugs, which in return leads them to addiction. Half of the new drug users are under the age of 18. By the age of 16, nearly 1 in 10 boys is regularly taking drugs. And on top of all that, the world is not a safe place for children anymore. The stat says 1 in 10 will be sexually abused before the age of 18, and that is the reality of today. Now understand that this is the path our generation is walking towards. These hardships are not only faced mentally, physically, psychologically, but also financially. Each and every individual suffering impacts the world globally. And at times like this, when humanity is yearning for a breakthrough, an incarnation happens. And in today's world, an incarnation has already happened. And this is why we need Kailasa.
Simply, universe has no choice other than following me.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं स्मृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृताम् धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे.
I am as old as sun and as new as sunrise.
Nithyananda Gurukul, one of the biggest contribution from me to Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Gurukul is the greatest gift you can give for your children. Gurukul is layers and layers and layers of bliss memory. Life is good. Be involved in it.
A child is not dustbin or dump yard to put your patterns. A child is a lamp to be lit by Guru.
With Mallakamba, you will have power. With rope yoga, you will have flexibility. With Kundalini awakening, you will have energy. And all these three will naturally make you healthy. You will have a complete yogic body through this Mallakamba and rope yoga. Welcome to the yogic body.
They learn across multiple dimensions along with studies. They learn dance, drama, theatre music, vocal, instruments like keyboard, tawil, nadaswaram, flute, drawing, painting, pottery, magic, department administration, Vedic chanting, temple arts, puja and homa, yoga, Mallakamba yoga, rope yoga, audio-visual management, web design, web development, knitting, clay modeling, crochet, magazines, energy bead, comic books, conducting online satsangs as teachers for other children, family counseling, mentoring adults, swimming, TV shows. I can just list the amazing intelligence, clarity the Gurukul kids are expressing. Even doctors are shocked and surprised. They do not know how to measure this now. They don't have a scale to measure the intelligence and the IQ level of our Gurukul kids. 4 doctors whom I put them on this job, they are saying, Swamiji, we will have to develop some new scale. All available scale does not even match with the intelligence of our Gurukul kids. All these IQ, EQ and all, they blow it away. Third eye. Let me define. Third eye is an intra-organ. You really have it, which can be awakened, which can directly be part of your day-to-day life. not demonstrating these superpowers, extraordinary powers as my glory. I am demonstrating all this as your possibility.
So some of the cool powers which I really experienced with these Gurukul kids was that they can read with their eyes blindfolded. They can just read with their third eye. Oh wow, how cool is that? I mean, they can just read blindfolded. They can scan your body. They are like live X-ray machine without even touching you. Wow, that is again unbelievable. These are some of the powers. They can do complex mathematical calculations by not even learning algebra.
Understand, Gurukul is not a joke. It is a powerful science. Understand this one simple story. A small kid goes to Guru and asks the Guru, please admit me into the Gurukul. And Guru asks, which community, which Varna you are from? Not caste. Understand? Which Varna? There's a big difference between community and caste. Big difference between Varna and Jati. Which community you are from, which ecosystem you are from. He says, I do not know my father's name. The Guru says, please go and ask your mother and come back. He goes to his mother and mother says, I do not know the name of your father. Who fathered you? The boy comes back to the Guru and tells, my mother says, she do not know who fathered me. And Guru's eyes as bliss tears and he says, hey, you are speaking the truth. You are a Brahmana Varna. Please join the Brahmana Varna class. My Gurukul is 100% free. Food, stay, education, everything is free. Because Sadashiva says, Guru is supposed to beg and feed the disciples. Even if the father of the child is a king, you cannot ask for any charge. That's the instruction, that's the extent. Sadashiva goes, signs of third eye, initiating born blind or visually impaired people into their third eye and awakening it and making them able to see. Is successful.
The Blind People Association, especially today in morning sessions. I am surprised to share that most of the participants, they could read words having with the blindfold.
Sorry. E. K.
So Power, and we see R as K.
Gurukul kids are the beautiful temples built as per Vastu. They are literally gods. Understand? I am actually building each Gurukul Balasant, Yuvaraja and Yuvarani as a beautiful space for different gods and goddesses of Kailasa to land and manifest.
Swamiji, we have been, as Gurukul Balasants, we have been connected with you for many janmas after janmas. Now, how do you hold each one of us as an individual? How do you hold all of us?
Just before the screen opened, how I held all of you, making sure all of you are fully dressed up and clean, presented, including the body language. Including your body language, what I was telling this fellow. Hey Mahadeva, you are Mahadeva, sit like Mahadeva. Not like this. And you are Krishna, hold the flute like a music instrument, not like a weapon. He was trying to hold that as and that fellow was running around holding the crown. This Indra's crown is always a problem. I called him and I myself adjusted the crown and said, hey, is it paining? No, Swamiji, it's not paining. Okay. When Sadashiva gives the crown, you will not have pain. Come on, settle down, go and sit. And then I asked the Narada, where is your Veena Tambura? He said, gone. I said, no, go find out from where it is. In the temple, it must be there. This is exactly the way I hold you guys. Understand? It's not that like a drama troupe or playfully I have dressed you up like a gods. Playfully I brought gods. Each one of you are gods. The way I hold you, you will manifest, you will realize, yes.
If I can just teach this one science to the kids, I will have millions of enlightened beings.